This presentation was developed to help you understand the importance of playgroups and how they play a significant role in supporting families and overall outcomes for children. The information will focus on characteristic 4 in the Quality Practice Framework for school-based playgroups. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners on the land on which we meet today. We pay our respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging, as they are the holders of the memories, the traditions, the culture, and the spiritual well-being of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples across the nation. In the spirit of reconciliation, partnership, and mutual respect, we will continue to work together with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples to shape the well-being of families and children, which responds to the needs and aspirations of the community. Today, we are going to explore developing your knowledge and understanding of characteristic 4 of the Quality Practice Framework for school-based playgroups. Developing your knowledge and understanding of the focus areas of development, which are facilitator qualifications, playgroup staff experience working with children aged 0 to 5 years, awareness of communication techniques and approaches to include all children and parents, ratio and quality of staff to child-family interactions, staff participation in professional development, completion of professional development to support families experiencing domestic violence. Characteristic 4, staffing arrangements, focuses on the provision of facilitators and/or staff to be experienced with working with children from birth to 5 years old and encourages facilitators to be guided by professional standards in all aspects of practice and complete professional development training in areas of domestic violence, trauma-informed practice, play environments, and early childhood development. The characteristic focuses on the suitability of qualifications for playgroup facilitators, partnerships with families, interactions with families, professional development, and role modeling for families. Now we're going to move on to the quality practice framework, and the quality practice domain you can see on the left-hand side, which is number 4, staffing arrangements. In the column beside is the focus areas of development, and then up the top is the level of quality, which starts at not considered quality, then moves its way up to considering quality, developing quality, and embedding quality. Embedding quality is the high quality standard that we're all aiming to achieve. The first focus area of development is 4.1, facilitator qualifications. So that embedding quality standard explains that the playgroup facilitator has a tertiary qualification in early childhood education and care, so that being a bachelor or other relevant qualifications. 4.2 is playgroup staff are experienced working with children aged 0 to 5 years. The embedding quality section looks at playgroup staff are highly experienced with working with children from birth to 5 years. For example, worked with this age group for 4 or more years recently. The reason why this is high quality is that we want facilitators to be experienced working with children in this age range is because we want playgroup staff to have that awareness of developmental milestones, maybe the red flags, and so they can really focus their attention and have knowledge about that 0 to 5 years old children and the expectations that we have for them within that playgroup environment. Playgroup facilitators will also be able to provide, guidance to the families, the parents and the caregivers about, different aspects of support for the 0 to 5-year-old children as well. Now we're going to move on to 4.3, which is awareness of communication techniques and approaches to include all children and parents. So, embedding quality, there is an awareness of various communication techniques to engage with all parents and children, and this is consistently applied in practice. For example, families' questions, concerns, and requests were responded to in a prompt and courteous way by facilitators. That maybe information is provided to families through newsletters, communication books, and other various methods. And the facilitators share children's successes and achievements with families within the playgroup environment. Next, we're moving on to 4.4, ratio and quality of staff to child family interactions. Embedding quality looks at staff to child family ratios enable positive connections and effective facilitation which supports families, model home learning environments, build effective relationships, and maintain an organized and safe environment. For example, the chaplain of the school welcoming families and supporting emotional and social well-being, or the teacher aide organizing fruit, sign-in sheets, and setup of the playgroup environment. 4.5 is staff participation in professional development. Embedding quality is schools regularly seek out professional development activities for playgroup staff to participate in to update their knowledge and skills. 4.6 completion of professional development to support families experiencing domestic violence. Embedding quality, playgroup staff have engaged in regular, ongoing professional development in supporting families experiencing domestic violence. Domestic violence, unfortunately, is increasing and is part of trauma that children may experience. Children from disadvantaged backgrounds are more likely to have experienced or be at risk of experiencing trauma. Children affected by trauma benefit most from playgroups, which incorporate a trauma-informed perspective into their practices. That is why receiving professional development training around domestic violence and trauma-informed practice is very beneficial for playgroup facilitators. This includes making sure that children are screened for trauma exposure, that playgroups use evidence-informed practices, that resources on trauma are available for families as well. 1 in 5 children have been exposed to 3 or more adverse childhood experiences that relate to trauma. From the PowerPoint today, there are some activities that are to be completed. So activity 1 should take you around 25 minutes, and it's just watching a recording that's attached to the online platform, and it's called Being a Playgroup Facilitator. Answer the following questions. So why is the role of playgroup facilitator important? What does the role of playgroup facilitator entail? And then activity 2 is watch another recording, and it's called Facilitator Skills and Qualities, and answer the following questions. So what type of skills are essential for a facilitator to demonstrate, and why are these skills important? Now we come to the end of the PowerPoint presentation, and I would like to thank you for joining me today. Any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. My email address is listed on the PowerPoint here. Now you can continue on to complete those activities, and remember to access the next module for characteristic 5, which focuses on relationships with children. And I will leave you with this quote from Vygotsky, and he states that it is through others that we develop into ourselves. Thank you.